guys to my channel once again, and today we'll be continuing with the math series. Last week we did part 1 of the basic arithmetics, and today we'll be taking the part 2 of it, and we'll be starting from understanding place value. But before we go into the topic fully, now let me remind you that MathTech has started its private tutoring services, so you can hire us from MathTech to teach you mathematics, programming, also be your academic coach, and also serve as your academic therapist. Thank you so much. Let's go back to our focus for today. So talking about understanding place value. Now when we started with basic arithmetics, I talked about the addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, which is the basic arithmetic, or talking about the basic operators in mathematics. Now, I gave us some examples or simpler way of solving addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, which I mentioned the tally method or the kick concept, which I called it, and I also talked about the number line in terms of addition and subtraction. But today, we are going to look at more complex or larger values. Now, having values like 289 plus 612. Now, let's see the possibility of using the tally method or kick concept to add this value. It will be so broad, like counting how many sticks do you want to count? You get tired. Even before counting 100 sticks, you get tired of it. But I'm not introducing us to the concept of what place value. And today we'll be talking about understanding place value and others that we are to learn in the remaining part of the series. So let's kick start. Talking about place value, let's assume that we are given a value 286. Now 289, this is called 289. 289, 2, 8, and 9. Now the place value of 2 here is 100, the place value of 8 here is 10, and the place value of 9 here is units. So now under place value, we'll be looking at the concepts of units, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions. Okay, let's stop at millions, but it continues 10 millions, 100 millions. But let's talk about millions now. Now, if we are giving some basic calculations under the categories of hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, and the other higher values, we cannot use our simple concept of tally and also the concept of number line. This is where we introduce the place value. Now, understand the symbol. We identify this to be U, identify this to be T, H, TH, T, TH, H, TH, and we can call our millions to be what? N. Now we are given 289 plus 612. So we know that from our 100 tens and units, 200, that is hundreds, so we all will be 2, 8 will be the tens, and 9 will be the units. Now, the unit contains just 1 digit. Unit contains 1 digit. The tens contains 2 digits. The 100 contains 3 digits. Thousands contains 4 digits. 10,000 contains 5 digits. 100,000 contains 6 digits. And millions contains 7 digits as it counts further. So Knowing this now gives us an edge to add, subtract, multiply, and also divide larger values. So let's go. Now, let me use this as an example. I said 289, that's 289 plus 612. This, we all see that since each of these values here are 3 values, it means that they are under the line of what? Hundreds. So this is 100 tens and units. The first value here is the 100, which is 200. Then this is 289. That is, this is tens, and this is the units, 89. This is that unit is just made up of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. That is what the unit is made up of. So let's just go through the addition. This, what we are adding here are just hundreds. So 289 plus 6, 1, 2. Then this method also takes us back to our tally method. If you are finding basic addition to be difficult, so here we have 9 plus 2. Now your operation should come from the right to the left. 9 plus 2. 9 plus 2 gives us how, what? It gives us 11. But for those who find it difficult, you can use the tally method and say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus 2, 1, 2. Put everything together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But now you cannot write 11 here. You can't just write 11. This is wrong. Or let's say 11. This is wrong. You can't write it like that. But you write this. 9 plus 2 is giving you 11. So you write this one at your right hand side. You write the value of the right hand. That is the second value. Then you carry over the left value. So 9 plus 2 is 11. We write down 1 and we carry 1, which is this left value. And you use that one to add to your value of your tens, to the value of your tens. So here will be 1. So the one that you carried plus 8 and plus this. So 1 plus 8 will give us what? 9. 9 plus 1 will give us what? 10. So the next thing we did is that we did carrying the 1 from here. We say 1 plus 8 plus 1, which is equal to what? 10. And we can't write 10 here like this. This is wrong. We can't write 10 like this here. So what we do, we write the second value and carry the first value. So here will be what? 0. And we carry what? 1. So 2 plus 6 is what? Okay, we carried 1. So the 1, you add the 1 to the values in the hundredths section. So 1. So we say 1 plus 2, 3. 3 plus 6, that will give us what? 9. So the value of 289 plus 612 is equal to 901. I hope we found this very simple. It's just simple understanding. Place value is the best way of doing your addition and subtraction. So we see that the place value method is the easiest and one of the best methods that helps us to add, subtract, multiply large values. Now we'll take other examples. We'll take other examples here now. So guys, we are having 4 questions here, but I'll be taking question 1 and question 3 while you try question 2 and question 4. And don't fail to drop your answer in the comments section. Okay, for question 1, we are having 600 minus 342. That's 342. Now, I won't bother writing the 100 tens and units, but note that 6 and 3 here represents 100, 0 and 4 here represent the tens, and 0 and 2 here represents what? The units. So let's go straight to the calculation. Now, we are asked to subtract this from this. Don't forget I told you that our calculation must always come from the right hand side to the left hand side. Calculating from the right hand side, now we are having 0 minus 2 as the first values that we have to put our operation on. But now we are saying that 2 is greater than 0. Now how can you take out 2 from nothing? It's not possible. But now, firstly, I will give you 2 ways of doing that. the very simplest way that most of all know, the basic way, and I'll also make it a bit advanced for most people. Now take your mind back to the number-based system. Now in the number-based system, if you are adding or subtracting number in either the base 2 system or the base 5 system, and you have something like this, 3, no, let me not use 3, let me say 7 minus 8 in the base 5 system. Now, how do we go about this? Now, in the base 5 system, you will use the base and add to this numerator value, then you then do your subtraction. Now, same thing goes here. Now, when working with this set of values, this is our normal base 10 values. Now, what you do is that you add 10 to this numerator value, this up value here. That is, sorry for using the word numerator value, that is not numerator value, but the top value here, which is 0. So adding 10 to 0, knowing that we are working in a base 10 system, is 10 plus 0 gives us what? 10. So automatically here becomes 10. But it affects other values from here. That is, each value, this value from here, the first value from here, loses 1 from its original value. Now that is a more advanced way of explaining it. But in a layman view, we always tell ourselves that we carry 1 from here and add to here, and here becomes 10. And we carry that 1 from here and add to here, and that one becomes what? 10. So here, instead of being 0, it's now 10. So 10 minus 2, we have what? 8. So don't forget that we carried 1 from here and add to here, here was 10. But we still borrowed 1 from this 10 here to this other part. So here is left with what? 9. So 9 minus 4 is going to give us what? 5. So here is left with 5. Here, this was where the 1 came out from. So here is left with what? 5. 5 minus 3 is what? 2. So the value of 600 minus 342 is going to give us 258. So that is for 1. So let's look at question 3. So now let's go to the number 3. Don't forget you have to solve number 2 and number 4. Drop your answers in the comment section. So for the number 3, now this value here is under the 10,000 because you're having 45,321 plus 32,408. So we still go with our normal rule when something we place value, calculating from the right down to the left. So let's go with this. 1 plus 8 gives us what? 9. 2 plus 0 gives us 2. 3 plus 4 gives us 7. 5 plus 2 gives us 7. And 4 plus 3 gives us 7. So this is it. Simple. Now we cannot use the tally method, neither the number line method, to get the values of huge, to get the answers of huge values like this. So we have to come back to the place value method. And even using the place value method, in most cases when most people are confused, you can also apply the number line in simple addition like this. Most people might not know the sum of 3 and 4. So if you know the sum of 3 and 4, you go with the tally method 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or you use your number line, which I have explained in the part 1 of this basic arithmetic series. So, knowing that, let's advance more. We've touched the addition and subtraction in terms of place value. Now, let's touch the multiplication aspect of the place value. Now, we are given the number 1, 600 minus 342. Now, let's change this our number 1 to 600 times 342. Now, someone is being asked to multiply these large numbers. So we say 600 times 342. I'll solve this for you and I will explain the step for you. But watch what I'm doing. Now I'll use, don't forget I told you that our calculation must start from the right to the left. So now from the right, I'll use this first value here, this first down value here in the right, to multiply through the up values. Also use the second value to multiply through the up values, then use the third value to multiply through the up values. then I will then add everything together. So I'll go 2 times 0 gives us what? 0. Following your times table, 2 times 0 again, 0. 2 times 6 gives us what? 12. Since 6 is the last value here, so we have to write it here. 12. Same thing here. We are now using a second value here in the down part to multiply to the up side of it. 4 times 0 gives us what? 0, 4. But now look, when we did 4 times 0, I wrote the results at the point of 4, like below 4, not below 2 again. I have to start it below 4 because now I'm multiplying with 4. And now 4 times 0 again gives us what? 0, so it continues. And 4 times 6 gives us what? 24. So now we are now going with 3. 3 times 0 gives us what? 0. It comes down here. 3 times 0 gives us what? 0. And 3 times 6 gives us what? 18. So write 8, 1. So now you see how organized my multiplication went. Now, see, I started from here. 2. When I use 2 to multiply through the upside, 2 times 0, I wrote my 0, 2 times this, yeah, 2 times this, it gave me 12. I wrote the 2 below the 6 and 3, then I took my 1 outside of it. So same thing here, 4 times 0, I started writing my results below 4, that is 0 here, 4 times 0, I wrote here 0, 4 times 6, now I'm having 24, I have to write my 4 below 1, and I have to write my 2 outside. Same process I did even when I used 3 to multiply through. So after multiplying like this, we then add this part of the expression. So plus, so 0 down, 2 plus 0 plus 0, 2, 1 plus 4, 5 plus 0, 5. So here is 0, 2, and 2 plus 8 will give us what? 10. So we write 0 and we carry 1. So that one we carry, we add it to this one and it becomes what? 2. So with the place value concept, we can solve our addition, subtraction, and multiplication with ease. Be consistent with MathTech because the series is becoming tougher and sweeter. So we'll stop here for today, and in our next series, we'll be talking about the brackets and the precedence rule, and that will be the part 3 of the basic arithmetic. And I think that will be the final part of it. So don't fail to follow up the math series and follow up our normal problem solving in MathTech. Thank you so much for watching the video. Don't fail to like, share, and subscribe. And don't fail to drop your questions in the comment section if you have any. Thank you so much.